Hey everyone, hey heisters. What's up? Welcome to today's stream of Payday 2 VR. Almir Listo here, one of the developers at Overkill. With me I have
Tobias, producer at Payday 2 and Payday 2 VR.
And Patrick, QA tester. Had the honor to play some VR today.
an Overkill crew member. Glad to be here, guys. How you doing? What's up, chat? So we have Twitch chat, and we have Simon Hadash as well, the other Payday 2 producer, sitting downstairs, I think.
He's actually at home. Yeah, he's
home.
lazy, yeah.
He's at home, probably alternating between PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds and taking questions from you guys as well, specifically. So yeah, we're excited to talk about Payday 2, and in front of us, you guys can't see this, but in front of us,
they can. Yeah, they have the little window.
Oh, they of course they can. Yeah.
Hello.
Hey, you have Jules standing right here. So
Yeah.
he's the designer on Payday 2. So Jules is gonna play. He's gonna start heisting soon in Payday 2 VR.
Yes.
I think everyone in stream can see the other cam as well, which showcases what Jules is seeing right now.
The loading screen.
Yes.
The loading,
Which is
but in VR.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna check my setting quickly with the belt.
Balder XG, thank you, dude. Thank you for the kind words. Yeah, they said, cool, nice to see you, Des. People throw some shit to you, but I love playing Payday 2 with my friends. When they still played, it was fun. You're always welcome to come back heisting, you know? Right
Yeah.
when you think you're out, we're gonna throw you right back in.
Yeah, we keep always adding new stuff, doing new things, trying to keep the game fresh.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna select the pre-planning here, so elevator trick quickly, sorry, and
See if we have some more questions.
some thermite. Here we go.
Do we have any people in chat that's been playing Payday 2 VR? What are your thoughts so far?
So we're gonna start by a little big bang on Death Wish. I'm just gonna point out that I'm accompanied by 3 of our QA as well as our community manager Sebastian to play with me here. So they will be playing with me for that heist.
And if we're looking away from you guys in chat, it's because we're looking at Jules.
Yes, they're gonna be making fun of me while I struggle when everybody shoots at me.
But you have good posing when you play VR.
Yeah.
I do? What do you mean posing?
Oh, I mean you're strong. You know, strong back. You know, you're standing straight. It's good.
Well, I would probably have crumbled down if I didn't with the intense testing we had for this.
Yeah, you guys went through hell trying to test this before the release. Like, it took a lot of hours, right?
Yeah, the QA team lost 70 kilos, right, in total, or something like that. It's actually pretty fun exercise.
Payday 2 VR is a really good exercise, isn't it? Have you been playing it a lot?
Yeah, I've been playing it. It was sweaty.
Yeah. And how many minutes, hours do you do per session?
Since I'm the one who likes it the most, I think I did like 5 hours in a row a couple of times, and that's
Jesus. That's
too much.
How about chat? What's the longest Payday 2 VR session? Or Payday 2 session in general? What's the longest you've been heisting?
8 hours each day, right?
8 hours. So I think some heist even more.
Yeah. Someone getting close to you here. 3 to 4 hours. That's pretty good.
So Tobias, for those who tune in and don't know anything about Payday 2 VR, can you tell us briefly what happened? What have we done?
Well, we basically added a new way to play the game with both Oculus and VIVE. Just a new way to heist, new way to see everything that we have in the game, while still being able to play with all your friends and everyone else in the community. Bringing the Payday to the third dimension, if you pardon the silly. Frantic.
But and I think the cool thing as well is that we are giving it away for free, right?
Yeah, absolutely. It's free to anyone that already owns just a base game, so everyone has the ability to play this.
Yeah. So as long as you have the VR equipment.
Exactly. As long as you have an HMD headset.
Yeah, you can try heisting in VR. And with this version as well, we actually have crossplay. And how does that work? Like, so people can play with PC players, or?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, VR is just another way to see the game, it's another way to control your character, right? So there are changes between PC and VR players, of course, and we're trying to make these as even as possible to really make you feel like VR is a part of the game. So you should be able to play with just about anyone at just about any level. I mean, we can see them here. Jules is holding his own here at Death Wish. Quite fine.
I'm currently, yeah, for the notice, the 3 other players with me are on PC, and I'm currently the only VR players. And I'm defending the roof all alone, abandoned them there.
Where's the rest of the gang, Jules?
They're doing computer shenanigans down there.
Yeah.
I see a question here from Prime Dampty if there's aim assist in VR, and it has a similar system to PC because it is the same game, right? We're not trying to like give a crutch to VR. We're just bringing the systems over with a few tweaks here and there.
Yeah, but I mean it's not just bringing it over. Right?
No.
It's been a lot of work.
Of course, it's been a lot of work. Yeah.
Can you tell me, tell the viewers a bit about it? Like, how much work has gone into making the VR extension of the game?
Yeah, it's been a lot of work. It's a little bit on and off, of course. I mean, the development has changed a little bit over the time because of the focus, of course. And but we've been working for quite some time now on this mode and this system.
Yeah, and there's a lot of special solutions, isn't there? And like the way we play in VR.
Yeah,
Maybe
I mean,
I can explain
here,
some of that on the play.
Yeah,
absolutely.
So basically, when we went on about the VR, is basically maybe if you've seen, but I don't have too much problem hitting the target. Like it's pretty easy to aim, and as Tobias said, we have the same aim assist. What we focused on is make it sure that, well, the VR it said to give a limited range of view, so we did everything we could to make sure that that limited range of view doesn't become a handicap. Which is why we basically introduced special perks for the VR players to compensate for the, let's say, the human weakness of playing in VR. You know, having to actually turn when you turn and aim when you aim instead of just moving your mouse and your hand. But yeah, that's basically the idea behind it, to make it sure that you can keep up in terms of the close range as well as the long range as a VR player.
And we've also done a lot of systems to be able to customize your VR experience as you see fit and as you like to play it. I mean, we can see Jules here playing with the dash motion, where he chooses a target and his character quickly dashes to that location. There's also a smooth or joystick movement where it lets you control more closely to how a PC player controls, using either the touchpad on the VIVE controller or the joystick on the Oculus.
We have another question here. Prime the Chosen One 047. Oh no, here. Prime Sorry 25. Which virtual reality headset is the best for the game?
That is going to be very much to your preference. I wouldn't say that one is better than the other. We've done...
Are those available right now?
Yeah, the ones that we use in-house is the VIVE and the Oculus. So that's the ones we're officially supporting. The development has been on both of these to make them work to the benefits and the players that usually tend to how the players usually tend to play on the different headset, because that do change. VIVE is out of the box room scale, so a VIVE player has a more tendency to, I want to say, prefer the dash system, but of course I'm not saying all VIVE players play dash. Whereas Oculus players have a tendency to prefer the joystick movement, so we try to make these as functional and balanced as possible, and making them feel really good for both systems.
So
of course, yeah.
So you could say that it doesn't really matter. It's more of a preference thing.
Yeah, and then it's of course like what you prefer to, what kind of controllers you like. I mean. A lot of people really like the side buttons, for example, on the VIVE, on the Oculus controllers.
How about you, Patrick? What do you prefer?
I go dash.
Yeah.
Because I got really nauseous the first time. I think it's some people has a balance system that doesn't support
Yeah.
the locomotion, and I'm one of those who it went fast. I have really good balance, so
Oh, okay.
it's I got nauseous.
How about weapons in Payday 2 VR? Is there any weapons they can't use? I saw a question here
Yes, at the moment.
from the real Shelter Coop, by the way.
Yeah, okay. At the moment, the crossbows and bows are not available in VR. We are still looking into development process there because they need to be handled slightly different than regular weapons because of how a bow actually works.
Yeah.
So we wanted to take a little bit of extra time with those and focus on other features first.
Any favorite weapons in VR?
Favorite,
yeah. But I like the scopes,
Yeah.
but I've been told not to use them.
What do you mean told not to use them?
I don't know.
You're just too good.
Yeah, I like them a lot. I think it was a really nice implement, so
How about
we'll
you?
see.
How about you today?
Like Jules said, I mean, I really liked the Akimbos, but personally, I'm an assault rifle guy. I mean, the Heavy Eagle is one of my favorite weapons in the game, and I really like it in VR as well.
Yeah.
Being able to hold it with two hands and just aiming down sight with my own eyes, so to speak. Yeah.
How about you, Jules?
Well, I really like Akimbo in VR, but shotguns are also very fun. Like a Grim shotgun, actually, which is technically still Akimbo's, I guess. It's a lot of fun to be able to basically do. I don't know if you guys have been looking, but sometimes I shoot two targets at once. Like,
Yeah. Well, really early in
To
development.
feel extra cool, yeah.
yes, exactly.
Really early in development, I turned on the. Oh, help me out here, Jules. It's to the Mothership Mutator.
Ah, yes, the one that sent
And send them flying around your head. I giggled like a little boy, just running around shooting people with a shotgun. That just sounded bad, actually.
Yes,
That was a lot of fun, though.
Did you try Grace on with the mutator? Grace turned on with.
No, I haven't done that.
Yeah, there's popping helmets all over the place.
Oh shit, the two bulldozer in that elevator.
GuyPet01 asks, can I play normal with VR both in one game? I'm assuming you mean that if you can play in VR with PC players, and yes, that's true, you can. So one person, like Jules for example, can play in virtual reality, whereas the others don't have to, which is cool, isn't
Yeah.
it? And it's like, it works.
The VR player only needs to activate VR on his computer, and you can play with any other player, even if they don't play VR.
Locky Toki asks, who is the person with Almir and Tobias? Tell us a bit about yourself.
That's me again.
Yeah.
Still Patrick.
Yeah, it's still Patrick.
I'm a QA tester. I started working here in December. I really like VR, so I invited myself to come play with you.
Yeah, so
That's pretty much it.
Make him feel welcomed, guys. Come on. Could bows work like throwables are used in VR? Asks Rick Bow.
We are looking into making bows actually work like proper bows, so you would knock the arrow and like shoot them like a bow. But like I said, we're still developing this. We're still looking into how to do it. So we will see how it turns out once we're actually being able to release it. But at the moment, it's just looking into it.
Cool. How's it going, Jules?
So far, so good. Starting, to generate the sweat.
Chat, how's he doing? Tell us, what are your thoughts? On a scale from 1 to 10, how's Jules doing right now?
5 out of 7. Perfect score. I'm well versed on the internet, Almir.
Here we're on Simon's request here, because he's such a big PlayerUnknown's fan. A question from B-Bang2. Frying pan melee weapon, when?
Is Beeping 2 isn't Simon's personal profile? I don't know.
Maybe it is.
I don't know. I mean, we have so many cooking utensils already with the barbecue pack. I think we got like we have the chef's knife. Well, this psycho killer knife. We have the spatula. I think we have half a kitchen as melee weapons already.
Yeah. Probably do another achievement tied to kitchen utensils.
About defend the safe house only
That
using
is not the
kitchen
confirmation
utensil.
of a kitchen utensil achievement.
No, it's definitely not. So so what's the answer then?
I don't think we're looking into a frying pan melee weapon at this moment. I mean, I do think PUBG has patent on that at the moment, actually, unfortunately.
Patent.
You heard it here.
They have to cancel the production of frying pans so Freddy could play. Down the hole, I guess.
Where's your friends there, Jules?
They leave me to get the loot. Ah, the key.
All the money's yours.
Patrick, here's a question for you then. So the chosen one, 047, asks, will VR convince me how fun shooting up a bank is?
Yeah, obviously. There will be a lot of issues with youth robbing banks now.
Yeah.
Next week, so...
Yeah, but I think that the point of Payday 2 VR is that you don't have to heist anything in real life. You can enjoy your crime fantasy in virtual reality instead.
Yes.
And go to VR jail as well.
You mean VR custody?
Yeah, VR custody.
Actually, that's an interesting question, though, Patrick. Which one? You've played so much of this. Which one would you say is your favorite VR level?
My favorite VR level? I always like the Brooklyn Bank, because I think the upper floor is cool to stand up there and shoot cops coming from on the bottom. Because also in the beginning I like to be stationary when I play VR, so I stood there like minigun. That was cool.
The Brooklyn Bank is one of my favorites. I really like the snow and like anything with a nice looking environment, and I think the level designers, well, the level art team as well, really did a great job on that level. Jules, what would you say? What's your favorite level to play in VR?
Well, Big Bang to start, the one we're doing is pretty fun, I guess, while we're at it. I would still say Oxton Breakout is my favorite level. It's fun all around, it's even fun in VR.
What do you think is so fun about it, though, Jules?
It's you have a very high on movement first day where it's intense and you have to basically escort Oxford, and then you have a more like defensive second day where you have to hold up while it's still all the FBI. So it's a good mix of everything that's fun about Payday in terms of combat in one heist.
In your opinion?
Yeah, from my personal experience.
What do you think, chat? Which heists are the best?
They're gonna say, I know them, they're gonna say Bomb Forest and they're gonna ask us to do it next. And the answer is no.
Here we have Neon Ninja 001 that asks if we will get text chat support in VR. This is again something we are looking into on how to solve. We have a few different ideas that we want to try for how to solve text chat. At the moment, if on the tablet that you have on your your left arm, if you're right-handed, you can swipe to the side and you can see the chat there, but there's no way to actually interact with your with your friends at this moment. And we're looking at how we can give the VR players some ability to communicate, basically. That is, of course, a little bit more tricky. Because a PC player has a full keyboard in front of them, so we will have to come up with some sort of solution for how that could work.
Gianni Hippo says, for me, Hotline Miami is pretty good. Totally agree. It was a great collaboration with us and Denaton Games.
And that is a fun level to play in VR as well.
Yeah, definitely a fun heist.
This gold is so heavy. I'm moving so slow. Look at them, they're waiting at the escape, not even helping me. The bastards.
The Hunted One. Is it possible to get a comfort crouch mode for VR? My knees do not like physically crouching for long periods.
That is quite a difficult question to answer because in order to be able to add a... because as I interpret this question is basically, will we get the crouch button?
Yeah.
And one of the big problems with that is the limitations of the controllers. They have quite few buttons, and there are systems that need to occupy those buttons. At the moment, there's not a priority to put in a crouch button, but further down the line, that's something we could look into, possibly. And
Wouldn't a crash button be a little bit weird though? Because you would be standing up and shooting at people while technically you crouch behind covers.
here is Jules trying to pretend that he's never been shot down in VR.
I have been shot down in VR, they seen it.
Yeah, I saw it on the screen, that's why
Yes.
I mean, it would work something similar to that, then I suppose.
I guess. Oh, someone got a save. No, 2 people got a save. Wow.
Patrick, what do you think you need to think about when you play in VR? Like, how do you need to heist differently?
Yeah, well, it's the main problem we talked about, the field of view.
Yeah.
It's shorter, so you have to move up closer. I don't know. Like the first thing you do when you play it, I stand still and want to shoot and aim, and it becomes an arcade game, and it becomes different at the first. But the more you play, the more you learn to play like you do on a computer, I guess. So
Yeah.
I don't know. When you start playing it, like when you play Death Wish or Death Sentence, you gotta start playing like you do on the computer. So you gotta move your head around a lot, and I don't know, be careful because there's walls and floor to fall down on.
So you're saying it's a little bit of a learning experience where you have to learn how to play in VR, basically.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that's true for all games, I guess.
And when you start to play, like the easy things are super fun, like just shooting the gun at a normal heist is super fun. And then you move up, and then you realize this is good.
Yeah.
This is really good. It's actually a really good game. But I look forward to better headsets. Actually, that would be something. Like in the future, it will be completely crazy.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, the way it's going to be really interesting to see where virtual reality goes in the future. Absolutely. All right, what's up next, Jules?
Well, there's some diamond heisting, so I can try to fail at the puzzle. For the quick notice, maybe you guys can hear them, but they can yell at me, the people I'm playing with. I can hear their voices in my head.
Yeah.
So we'll see what happens when I get to the puzzle. I'm also an expert at crossing the puzzle, opening the glass case, and forgetting to take the diamond.
Yes, I do remember from playing with you earlier.
So we'll see how that goes. In the meanwhile, I'll shoot up cops in the face.
If you just tuned in, we're sitting here, Almir here with Tobias and Patrick, Jules in with
the headset.
In the headset,
In the
standing. You can see on your screens right now, playing Payday 2 VR with some other Overkill crew members. And we're taking questions, talking about Payday 2 VR and Payday 2 in general, and just having a good time. Hoping you guys have a good time too. So any questions for any of us, or Jules for that matter, feel free to shoot up.
Hear.
I saw a statement actually more about sprinting speed, and do you want to talk a little bit about speed in VR, Jules, since we worked a little bit on that?
Yes, so I can actually show while I'm here and it's a bit quiet. So basically, while we jump like that, we basically jump in straight lines, which is kind of different from being able to go around an obstacle. So if I want to go around that thing, I have to basically do 4 movements of turning and doing this, which takes more time than if I had a controller or a keyboard and mouse and I can just nicely go around this thing. Which is why we basically gave you move faster as a VR player on the straight line you jump, but overall, because you have to take around corners, you're a bit slower. So we gave that extra speed as compensation for, you being a real person in a virtual world kind of problems. For trying to fight aimbots and Super Saiyan people jumping around with LMGs and stuff. The usual. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Ooh. Got some shots in my health. It hurts. It's kind of funny, this blood effect you get in games, like the Metal Gears and stuff like that. I never thought I would get that on my face, ever. Until VR.
Yeah, the game comes a little bit gruesome in VR, right?
Yes. Which make the question, what kind of crazy person are we for constantly playing VR?
The best kind of crazy person.
How does it look? So the Chosen One 047 has another question. When you play Payday 2 on PC, how does a VR player look like when they're moving, turning, etc. to PC player?
It's using the same movement system and like catch-up mechanics as PC does.
Yeah.
So it will look quite similar, would you say?
I would say someone that knows that there's a VR player could tell who is the VR player, but someone that is not maybe that experienced in Payday would not tell if there's a VR player or not.
Wouldn't be able
Yeah,
to.
because somebody asked like who is the VR player. They didn't know, so it's not that obvious. It looks kind of the same.
Yeah, and that's because it's using the same sort of third-person animations at the moment.
Zoshka112 asks, can you play Payday 2 VR with PC players too? Question mark.
Yes, you can. I mean, the stream we see here, Jules is playing on the VIVE at the moment. And at the moment, sounds like we're gonna switch. We're gonna play on this VIVE, yeah. And the other 2 players, if you hold up your tablet, you can see that there's 3 more players, Jules.
Yes, sorry, I'm just trying not today. Here we
Yeah.
go.
There's 3 more players. All of them are playing on the PC.
So there you have it. So yes, you can play together, which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
There is no animation for the
Jules, you want to switch your weapons later?
Yeah, I can take something else for the next heist.
Cool.
We have a request that to show off the magnified scopes a little bit.
Sure, but maybe I'll let Patrick do that since he said he wanted to play with the scopes.
Yeah,
Yes,
we can wait
yes.
until it's his turn.
I can show, I guess, shotgun or rifle, whichever's fine after that.
Yeah. I would actually let Patrick choose your next weapon, so you don't take something that he prefers.
I see.
Well, weapon type, let's be nice.
This is fine. So that sounds like I'm gonna end up playing Forest with double saw or something like that.
Double sauce all the way.
I will be doing sniper. The contractor is the...
So Tobias, a question for you then. Quanta Shift asks, will other players eventually be able to see free movement, like waving in VR?
That's something we talked about really early, about how we can solve that and how we, if and how we would do that.
Yeah.
At the moment, since it's more of a cosmetic issue, we want to focus on actual features, such actual gameplay features such as bows, chat, or there's still a few skills and perks that doesn't have proper feedback. There's a lot of things that we want to work on with VR before that. Okay. But it's absolutely something that's been on the table and discussed a lot in the team.
Yeah. Because I think it would look cool, right?
That is the
You
future.
want to be able
That
to-
is the future.
That is for sure the future.
We have Scorpio 2242. You have gadgets on this weapon, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So he's asking, how do you change weapon fire mode in VR? Of course, Jules picked Akimbo's here, but
where's the camera?
yeah.
Somewhere here, right? Here?
Yes.
That button right there?
What are you trying to do? Oh, okay.
Show the button.
Yeah,
Now?
you're using the trackpad and on left and right. So left will be fire mode and right will be the gadget. If you're actually holding up your right pistol there, oh yeah, you're. If you're holding it, yeah, I forgot that. If you're holding it up to your headset, you can actually see it highlights underneath when you switch fire mode. There you go. It's a little bit hard to see, but yeah.
Oh, it says it even when I have pistol. Nice.
Yeah. So I think that answered the question, hopefully.
Hopefully. It's a bit quiet right now, though. The enemies.
Will Bam asks, has anyone played laying down, hiding behind small things?
A
You
little
mean
secret is that when you play 5 hours, you end up laying down playing. It's a dirty job.
Yeah, someone's gotta do it. Someone's gotta heist.
You can, but you're crouching, so it's kind of inconvenient. But yeah,
Well, technically that would only be the case if you started the game standing up.
yeah. Calibrate us.
They calibrate us this far above the ground. That would be inconvenient.
My earphones kind of slipped. It's a shame. I'm vulnerable. No.
A question about the skin saves here. If you can open skin saves in VR, yes, they work just as well as in the PC version. The desktop version.
I wonder I might have a save if I want to show that later, I'm not sure. Wait, no, I already opened it. Too bad.
There's a question if you can take fall damage from in VR. Yes, of course you can take fall damage there. The dash mechanic will block you from doing a too far jump that will be fatal, but you could do a jump that wouldn't be fatal, but if you have low health you might take enough damage to actually be in danger.
I'm gonna need silence for the puzzles, they're gonna tell me what to do. So it's one up,
Loud silence!
one to the side, and then what do I need to do? Please guys, tell me what to do, Sebastian. Up one, yes. Two right, yes. Yes. It's too late now. Yeah, it's too slow. Damn it!
Oh my god.
Yeah, Jules fucked up the puzzle again.
Good thing I don't get to smell the fumes in VR.
Yeah.
Maybe we should expand it, you know, with that things they got for South Park, like the virtual reality nose thingy for the smells. I wonder what Payday would smell like now thinking about it. Maybe gunpowder and...
Zardian asks, can you shoot yourself in VR? No, you can't.
No.
That's a bit grim, Zardian.
Yeah, you
thoughts.
say that.
Happy thoughts only.
But like every third meeting we had with the VR team is like, but should we add that you shoot yourself in the face and then just Alt F4 the game?
Yep.
I think you would end up doing it by accident, like you're trying to do something like, oh,
And hence why it's not in, unfortunately.
Scorpion 2242 asks, when using the Vulcan minigun, for example, will you be able to hold it with one hand, and how will it act?
Yes, you can hold the minigun with one hand. So any weapon can be held with one hand, at the exception of Akimbo, I guess, where you want one on each. But yeah, so you can just hold the minigun like that. Maybe that's what I should play with next.
Yeah.
Minigun. Could be fun.
How about that, chat? Would you like to say Jules try out the minigun?
Fipan says, night shirt, Patrick.
Hi, Fipan.
What kind of shirt is he wearing? I can't see.
You will see later.
We have a request for Meltdown, Jules.
Ooh. But I can't show the minigun in Meltdown, because then I'll be driving.
Not the entire heist.
Half of it, at least.
Salty Squeaker asks, what difficulty is this? This is Death Wish. How many times have you gone? This was Death Wish, right, Jules?
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
I only went once this heist.
Yeah. I just realized that you started Death Wish on Big Bank and we switched levels, so just want to double check.
Yeah, still this wish.
Yeah.
One thing I would like to do is throw goats in VR.
Yeah.
Yeah, day 2 is perfect, but I don't know.
That is a very long heist, so
Yeah,
we're probably
that's
gonna
too long,
focus
man.
on something a bit shorter so we can switch it out a little bit.
I will throw goats later. When the stream ends, I will go throw some goats.
Throw some goats, yeah.
We have a question from Joel Turus. Have you considered a push-to-talk VR implementation, like a radio on your belt, for example?
Actually, no, we haven't. Not that particular solution. Most we considered there is the always-on microphone, so that should be good. A push-to-talk feature might be something we can look at later, I guess, but at the moment there's no priority to do that. I'm not sure if I think that the belt might be the best place for it, since it might be a little bit awkward and the belt is quite full at the moment. I mean, if Jules just takes a look down, you want all the belt as close to you as possible so you can grab everything in it easily. Something we don't see on Jules' belt here is the manual reload box that's also in front of you, and the secondary deployable if you're using Jack of all trades. So it's actually quite a it has quite a lot of boxes if everything is turned on. Yeah, so if we would do something like that, again, it comes back to the control scheme and what we can and can't do.
Okay.
We got the diamond, yay! This is slightly exhausting, by the way, let's say.
To steal diamonds?
It's like, yeah, it's starting to, you know, it's the beginning of the effect of the stealing the diamonds.
Let's see. Salties asks again, can we see how the armor bags works in VR? Well, it works similar to how it would work in PC. It's a deployable that you activate. There won't be a visual effect on it, but you would get your armor. So, and you don't see your body, so it doesn't actually change anything more than movement speed.
That's right. Where did my body go?
Yeah.
No.
A question here, Jules. When using an LMG, can you still use your bipod in VR?
No, because we couldn't do a mechanic that forces the player to stop moving in VR per se. Since it relies on you basically jumping around, going there, shooting that guy over there, you know, throwing some grenades over there.
Hazardous Pay asks, how does it melee work in VR? Can
Like
you just
that.
hit them with your gun?
Whoa, watch out the camera there, Jules.
See, it works like that.
So,
Yeah, he's in such fear.
so what we did was, in VR, we basically removed the weapon butt, melee weapon, the default melee weapon of Payday, and let you be able to strike with the weapon at all times while still having an additional weapon.
Yeah, I just want
additional
to do something I usually do in the game that's in VR. Is the ceiling high enough here for me to jump?
I'm not sure. You can try, but you might hit your
Yeah,
head.
you might hit it.
Oh,
Ooh, that
fuck.
was close.
I'm too scared to jump and hit my head above.
You know we have neighbors, right?
We don't know what they do though. They might work for a bank because a lot of people here work for a bank. Victory! Oh no, not victory. It was missing. No? Sebastian, I don't think you're in the zone. There we go.
Is wearing armor and stuff hinder the teleportation movement in VR? Asks Serious Shotgun. Did I read that? Yes, Serious Shotgun. Shotgun or Shogun? Serious Shogun. There we go. Yeah, it has a penalty on the dash distance, just in the same way as it would in PC hinders your movement capabilities.
I'm gonna do a quick heist with the minigun, a short heist, and then it'll be time for Patrick to show us what he can do.
My special tricks.
Sounds good.
So I'll do something
we're
very quick.
halfway through the stream, so I hope everyone who's been tuning in are enjoying themselves. So we're here, Overkill crew here, me, Tobias, Patrick, and Jules standing in VR, playing Payday 2 VR together and talking about it. Yeah. And Jules, what's up next? You said?
I'm gonna do something like a quick jewelry store and just show them the minigun since someone was asking about how you hold it.
Yeah.
Cool. So we're gonna
And
see
then
that.
it'll be time for Patrick to dance around here.
And we'll see how Jules managed without akimbos. That will be interesting.
How about Patrick? What are you gonna do then? You
What am I gonna
figured
do?
out? Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna play sniper.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah, but what kind of heist then?
I don't know. Something that I will not fail on. Maybe.
Yeah.
Good choice.
I wanna fail.
Have a thought. We want to see a good sniper heist then.
Yeah, but I play sniper like it's a shotgun, you know.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Oh Jesus.
They jump close to them and
Yeah.
then he has a barrel in their head and he's like headshot. Bam.
There's one good thing with the VR thing. You can align the sniper in a way that you can't with as a PC player. Like
So
you
you
move the
play-
gun like this,
you
which
play-
means you can put up multiple headshots in a way that.
Do you play with Jimmy? What's your favorite character? You sound like a Jimmy player.
Yeah, I sound like a gym player. No, I am. I'm Ethan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's Ethan, alright.
Yes.
How about you, Tobias, when you heist in VR?
I actually, for a long time, have been playing a lot with Clover. I just love how psycho she sounds whenever she gets into combat. So yeah.
Jules, how about you?
Well, I'm showing him here. The jacket.
Yeah, that's a stupid question. I don't think anyone who follows Overkill knows that Jules plays no other heisters than Jacket.
Please, first is nice, and then there's also the Microsoft Jacket mode, which is amazing. Where's my jewelry store?
So Patrick,
Zardian says Duke best heister.
Oh, nice. Duke is actually really nice, specifically if you play with converts. I just love the VO line that bow to the Duke.
Yeah.
Kneel before the Duke. Also, we're gonna ask, how do you consider skill builds for VR versus PC?
I have found some that doesn't work as good as I want, but
Do you have like a
I
preferred?
pretty much do the same.
Yeah.
I do shotgun sometimes and I don't want to aim, and I do snipers when I want to aim. That's pretty much it, because I think they are most like the feedback and how they work.
All right.
Flows best with me, so I go with them.
Cool.
All right. So I think, Jules, you ready?
Yeah, it's going again. We're gonna show the minigun.
All right.
Oh shit. I might have clicked the one down button by accident, let's say. So I'm currently playing on one down, I guess.
Yeah. Do it.
I should be fine. Just have to drink a little bit of the Medic Back Kool-Aid.
Here's a very interesting question. Oh god, I'm gonna try and pronounce this name. I'm so good with names, everybody knows that. Simkovic? Simkovic. I'll go with Simkovic. Asks, are there any exclusive items like masks or skins for VR? And no, we want to keep the two input systems as part of the same game. You can play anything that you can play in PC, you can play in VR. Anything you can play in VR, you can play in PC.
Except the weapons.
Except the weapons that are currently not available. Yeah, but we won't make VR exclusive items.
Yeah, I mean the point of the Payday 2 VR extension game mode is to explore that for heisters that are able to try it, and because it's such a fantastic mode.
Yeah, absolutely.
No other, for me at least, heisting in VR is heisting in a completely different way, and you get so pumped and hyped when you do it. It's awesome.
Yeah.
Do you see me holding my minigun gangsta style? This is how it works, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, with your arms,
good.
I'm pretty sure.
Imagine how strong you actually have to be to do something like that.
Yeah.
CV Reaper 1 asks, will there be a setting where you can lower the waistband or where you grab the weapons? I'm assuming he means the actual belt, the inventory belt here. And it is fully customizable where you can set the distance. Yeah, like that. You can even set it further away from you, and size, and you can move the boxes around and choose your own layout of the belt. So people that's been taking part in the beta will notice that the layout of the belt have changed from the beta to the full release, because we changed the default layout. Anyone that's played in the beta will keep the old layout if they've been changing it around or something like that. But if they do reset to default, they will get the layout that Jules is using currently.
I actually swapped my weapons, so I have the weapon on the left because I'm left-handed.
Yeah. As soon as I said that, I realized by mistake here. Yes, Jules is left-handed, so his belt is backwards.
You mean the right way?
Yes, the right way. No, the left way.
The leftover way.
Yeah.
How's it going, Jules?
Getting shot at?
Yeah.
But
You
I
still
have
playing
bullets.
Death Wish?
Yes, Death Wish one down actually. I misclicked and selected the one down as well, so there we go. Select to go back now. But, you know, it's a classic jewelry store everybody has.
Overkill Jones says, ever want to pretend your arm is a minigun? Now you can.
Yeah, you know, like in these movies, the robots always have one of our arms that's a minigun for some reason.
Yes, that's
Because
incredibly. All the movies.
All of them.
Yeah.
Which might have made some movie more interesting in that regard if everybody had a minigun arm.
Bridget Jones, minigun arm.
Yeah. I would love to see The Godfather with a minigun arm edition, actually.
Overkill Ashley asks, railgun arm when?
She asked what, sorry?
Railgun arm.
Oh, I thought you said real gun arm.
Yeah.
No, not real
Oh,
gun.
fuck.
Railgun. How about it, Jules? You into some railguns?
arm. Maybe someday. The technology hasn't come yet. It's there. Oh, I'm down. Please, helps. I'm just gonna go and eat out of the mini bag. Ooh, too close.
Sliaktin asks, are you able to play Crime Spree in VR?
Yes, of course. You can play all the mode available. As the van arrived, the van is here. Maybe we should start moving the bags if we can. Even though it will be quite hectic on the outside.
How about, this is definitely a question I think we discussed during development, right? And Tobias, you especially, who've been so involved in the development of Payday 2 VR. And when we were making the mode, how was the discussion regarding an option for an actual reload, or the full process of,
Yeah, I mean, very really early in development, we realized, of course, that there will always be an interest for true reloads or manual reloads. Yeah, and of course, the drawback of that is the speed and the fact that Payday wasn't made for VR from the ground up.
Yeah.
So there are certain aspects of the guns that aren't built the same way as for a ground up VR game.
Yeah.
So we have some problems there. That's why we have both.
Especially because we wanted the game to work in crossplay as
yes,
well, right?
exactly. So making a reload that is too realistic might take too long time, even if you're really, really nimble with your hands. So we added a compromise, having both the active and the automatic and the manual reload, and you can choose that in the options menu. Jules here is playing with the automatic reload.
How's it going, Jules, by the way?
Yeah, you're looking a bit grey there.
Yes.
Yeah.
Jules the Great.
I almost...
Yeah, so Jules is playing with automatic reload.
He's taking a selfie, by the way.
No.
Where when the guns runs out, they will automatically reload.
Yeah.
He can also trigger a tactical reload, so to say, where you reload before the gun is empty with the reload button. And then you have the manual reload, which you can turn on, like I said, in the options, where the gun will stay empty when you fire, and then eject the magazine. In the reload box in your inventory, a new magazine will appear, and you can either grab the magazine from that box and pull it to the gun, it slaps in and you're ready to fire, or you can slap the gun into the box to automatically slap it in there. Sort of get that cool actiony feel where you have like the magazines on your belt and you're bang. Yeah.
Patrick, what was the weirdest, scariest thing you saw in VR?
Well, the weirdest thing I saw in VR, that was Jules. In real life after. No,
Me?
I would say that the first time that I played the not dashing function for movement was activated, and I actually tripped. That was probably the weirdest thing. But I laughed a lot about it, so it was worth it.
Too many people in here.
It's definitely weird when you trip or when you stumble in VR.
Yeah, after like one of the first long sessions we had, when you get a bit tired, and then you come back to the real world, you start to think about like the things that are problematic in VR in real life.
Yeah.
So like taking an extra look at the tables. Can I place my hand here? Because I've been having water in my hands and like dropping them in the air. Because I thought there was a table there because there was one in VR.
Yeah, we had actually one of our developers said he'd spent a lot of time in VR and gotten so used because everyone, well, most people have get motion sticks from VR, especially when they're new to the technology.
Yeah.
And now, thank you. So this developer had gotten so used to VR, and so he didn't feel that anymore. But then he felt sick taking the train ride home because it moved wrong. So like land legs and sea legs for sailors.
I would like to play without the thing. I think it's better, and I'm happy for those who like it more. Just that I know that I have a problem with like when the bus home can make me nauseous too. So I guess
You're playing with smooth motion.
yeah.
Ricefall says, Patrick, big hugs from you, but Ricefall. Grenade launchers, VR.
I would do
They
one.
work, right?
For sure.
Yeah. You want to do a grenade launcher as well, Patrick?
I would do. I think I would have the rocket launcher
thank God.
sometime.
Yeah.
A strong one.
Showcase it, yeah.
I'm sorry,
People
but
want to
no.
see how it works. So if you just tuned in, we're playing Payday 2 VR. Almir here. I'm Almir, with me Tobias, Patrick, and Jules as well. They're gonna switch soon.
Yes,
So
we're
Patrick,
switching now, actually.
oh, we're switching now. Cool.
Yep.
And while we switch, I can also tell you, if you didn't know, that Payday 2 VR, we actually have a Payday the Heist VR experience available in Dubai. So if you actually live in Dubai, or if you're there, or if you want to go there, you can try out a virtual reality experience where you heist in real life as well. You've been there too, trying it out, haven't you?
Yeah, it's a lot of fun, and it is different from this because it's more of a VR park experience. So it's streamlined, and it's meant for this quick heist.
Yeah.
And you don't heist in real life; you heist in virtual reality.
Absolutely, yeah. So if you're in Dubai, go to Dubai Mall. It's there on the second floor, right? It's part of one of the
I think it's the
entertainment
third
venues.
floor. There's so many floors in that.
Yeah,
place.
it's huge if
Yeah.
you haven't been there. But definitely make sure you check it out. And if you can't check it out, play Payday 2 in VR at home, or at a friend's house,
Yeah.
or at the safe house, or wherever you have virtual reality. And if you can't play in VR, you can actually play with people who play in VR. So
Yeah.
So yeah.
And that's the cool thing about. I mean, when I first got there to Dubai and actually got to see that, because we have the whole booth is designed to look like the branch bank.
Yeah.
Just amazing being able to see that.
Because
that
it's part
thing.
of a VR park, right?
Yeah,
so
yeah,
It's
it's-
not
it-
only the Payday experience.
Yeah,
We have
exactly,
Other
yeah.
experiences like the raft and so on. Yeah, and it looks like a proper bank. It's really
Yeah,
cool.
it's really cool.
So all right. So Payday 2 in VR. Do we have any other questions from chat while the guys are? Yeah, we have one here. Here's one from Krupa1234, Tobias. When will I get to ride my car in VR? Will I be able to drive by? That sounds like a new feature.
No, right now. I mean, the cars are already in the game, so just jump into the passenger seat, have someone drive you, and you can drive by. You can shoot out of the window, definitely.
Yeah, there you go. There you have it.
Hello.
Hey Jules, welcome to Couch. How was it? Intense?
Yes, it's very intense. Payday VR is very intense, especially because of everyone shooting and trying to, murder you.
So
I'm really happy that the stream is actually picking up your VR face.
Oh, do I have the headset more? Yes.
we've got the viewers there. We've got a screen here and another one here. Yeah, so we're all good to go. Patrick, you ready?
Yeah, I'm just not used to
Swapping
being
the
left-handed.
hands. Yes.
Yeah.
Why are you left-handed, by the way?
Yeah, so now we can actually see Patrick going into the options here, customizing the belt to suit his style. Mainly
This one
being
needs to
right-handed.
be-
Yeah, I was gonna say. Having different hand setup in real life.
Oracle Ashley says you have a VR face.
Yes.
Yeah.
Pretty standard VR face.
Yeah, but no wonder. I
So-
mean, you were in there for 40, 50 minutes.
Yes. And the one down make it a bit more intense than expected for the last one. I was expecting to go in shield, just with my minigun shooting people, but no.
Do I need to do this? Or do you have, weapon prepared for me?
No, you have to prepare your own weapon.
Oh my god.
It should be quick though. Yeah,
Something I
know
really
you know what
like
to do.
about modding weapons in VR. Patrick, maybe you want to show that off. That you can actually see the weapon in your other hand while you're modifying it.
Yeah, raise your hand.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, is this bit better? Can you see?
Yeah,
Okay,
looks nice.
let's change the scope for the best one. Because we are rich.
Yeah.
Click. That should be it, right? But I need...
You need to change the skills though, because you have like oppressor skills at the moment. You probably want to take some.
some grace or something, I don't know.
Go to technicians. Remove all of this.
Yeah.
While you're helping him with that, I'll take a question here from this space. I'm wonderful with names, guys. Asked, are we gonna have character-specific hand models in VR? Again, a feature like that would be awesome to be able to do. At the moment, we are looking at other things that needs to be improved first before we can prioritize something like that. But yeah, I definitely would like to be able to do that. But that's development times that would go from other things.
I will go for... Can I go my favorite? This one?
Sure, do what you want.
Yeah.
You're the one playing.
Am I? Is this real life? There we not go, okay. We need something...
At this point, you might as well as wipe the whole skill tree. Yeah, you have concealment skills, which were useless for that one as well. Because you have crit. Do you really need crit with snipers?
No!
But movement skills, movement speed
Yeah,
skills.
yeah.
Look at that.
I'll do that.
Perhaps throw on the new Grey skill?
He already has it.
Oh, he has it?
Yeah,
Nice.
But I need this one.
You want to go Messiah, so he can
Yeah.
something himself.
So I can die without
Do you
being
want to
too...
talk a little bit about the Grace? Maybe some people haven't
Oh yeah, maybe
heard about that.
in case someone's watching and haven't played for a while, we have introduced
While
a
you
new
answer
skill.
that, I can read his chat.
Yeah, we have introduced a new skill which is called Grace. Basically, it's a skill centered around sniper, so only sniper can use it, and it's a top tier 4 of the mastermind sharpshooter skill tree. And what it does is allow your snipers to basically do AoE damage around the target that you shoot in the head. So if you headshot a SWAT, there will be a zone of damage around the bullet trajectories that will do additional damage to targets around your primary target.
So it's an AoE between you and your target.
Well, your target and everything behind, if there's
Oh,
anything
yeah.
behind, because it does pierce through. But yeah, it's basically to help the player keep up with the wave mode of Payday when you have a sniper, which is a slow shooting, powerful weapon.
Yeah. So Jules, who just joined us here in the sofa, I think this question is mostly for you. It's Crispy Kins asks, how is that sofa?
It's nice.
Yeah.
Yes, it's relaxing after some shooting people in the
A
face.
bit crowded.
Yes, but that's how it is, right?
Yeah, that's how it is.
Hazardous Pay asked, how do throwables work? Are they launched from the player's hand at a fixed velocity, or can you throw them like real objects? How it works, you aim with your hand and launch them at a fixed velocity, similar velocity to what's used in PC. Or desktop, I guess. We're running off a PC.
Yeah, technically yes, it's all PC. But no, it's virtual reality. Better than real life, right?
Yeah. I love this name. Mayo Shoes, wonderful name. Asks, how do ladders work currently? So you aim at a ladder. Perhaps you saw it when Jules were playing earlier. You aim at a ladder and you warp to it. That will attach you to that ladder, and you will see 2 arrows in front of you. You aim up to go up. That the up arrow will highlight. Pressing the dash button will move you up the ladder. Aiming down will do the reverse, basically, and highlight the down arrow.
So Patrick, what are you gonna play for us?
Yeah, can I shoot myself? Then I'm gonna go for Brooklyn Bank, like I said. I like that one.
Let's go then.
On normal.
DWAP asks, probably has been shown, is there a mirror to look at in your in-game character?
No, but you can see him next to your menu, so your character is always standing next to you.
Yeah, there you
So you basically can see yourself in an out-of-body experience kind of
Yeah.
thing.
And that's how your character will look to other players.
Yeah, or here you can see that this is his lobby, so you can see himself, which is the first character with the armor. and he can see the character behind. Did you just do anarchist with the ICTV armor?
Yeah.
My God. Have you taught you nothing?
No. No, actually not. I'm self-taught, noob.
I can see that.
Yep.
Excuse myself in front of the chat for that. But yeah, start the heist. Go ahead.
Yes, okay, let's go.
Do you see any juicy question for us? Or start for me
I
to
got
see
one.
from there?
Depressed Potato 21 says, Almir is like, I wonder what my mom is cooking right now. I'm kind of hungry. No offense, though. Thank you, dude. No offense taken. And no offense to these guys, but I am kind of hungry, though.
I think we're all kind of hungry. I'm hungry
And I'd
after
love
this.
some of mom's food, absolutely. And you, Jules, yeah, after that workout, Jesus.
Yeah,
imagine,
we
imagine
have
that for 5 hours a day now.
Yeah.
we have Jesus names. Inox97 that agrees with Jules here. Anarchist with ICTV is awful. So you have one vote there.
Fuck the police, right?
But that's what I like about Payday. That nothing is just unplayable. You can mix and match skills so much in this game, and we've seen builds and seen ideas pop up that we didn't even think about when developing in them, and all of a sudden you made us form from what we work on. It's just so much fun to work with, and so much fun to see the game grow, just not from us but from the community as well.
Yeah, definitely. I didn't comment to say I couldn't play with it, but it's basically it's not the most optimal. And if I ever, by mistake, think something not optimal in the stream, I know I will never stop hearing the end of it. Like, oh look, overkill Jules, what? He's playing with that weapon? How could he? Does he know nothing? So I'm just being preemptive before I get the let's say the soft attack on the moral.
I mean, of course, there will be more and less optimal builds, and that's sort of the beauty as well. I mean, you can challenge yourself a little bit, and not everyone is this sort of min-max sort of player. I mean, that's the role-playing aspect of Payday as well.
Yeah. Patrick, how's it going? Tell us a bit about what you're doing.
Yeah, I'm super confused, and it's awesome. No, it's good. It's good.
What's your loadout?
I'm at the contractor with little bit of power. I'm dying.
CTV and the anarchist.
Jules.
Patrick's busy. He's pretty.
Yeah.
He's got an intense bank heist going on here.
Yeah.
He's robbing stuff.
Yeah,
for
this
sure.
is not going too well actually.
Jules, do you want to take the opportunity here to talk a little bit about the one-down modifier and the changes that we made there?
Oh yeah, so that's basically came more or less along the same time as Grace, so about a month ago, right? I think.
Yes.
A bit more maybe. But basically we've done some. We have improved our AI a little bit better. So basically now we have a more equal performance between all the players. Before it used to be that your hardware was very important on how your AI would perform.
Yeah.
Now everybody's kind of on the same level, which is nice because it means you won't feel different experiences depending on the computer, which is something that's not that great. Meaning if you have a bad computer, the game must be less fun before that update, which is not true anymore. But we also took that opportunity to do some tweaks to the difficulty. One of them being that we changed one down, and we actually removed the one down mechanic, so you have now 3 down in 1 down, and because of course it doesn't make sense for it to be called 1 down anymore, we rename it to the death sentence. So the new top difficulty of the game is called death sentence. We also made some changes to that difficulty to basically make sure that it was still a difficulty, which is weird to say out loud. But things like we added an LMG, a minigun and a medic bulldozer, as well as the other bulldozer to make it harder, and some other tweaks to the difficulty that are too long to list right now, but we have a post on the forums that people can still check out if they want to know. And then we turned the one down mechanic into a modifier that people can enable on any difficulty you choose to play. So at any time I could now, if I want to, go in, select a normal like bank heist, and check the one down box, which instantly turns the heist into a one down normal heist.
Yeah.
So that might not be very hard because normal level 100, you know, not that challenging, but for people that still want to play with the one down effect, they can enable it on Death Wish or one down, whichever is their favorite difficulty, of course, for the extra challenge.
Yeah, that's something I really like, to be able to have that level of customization. So a player that really enjoys playing Overkill can still activate the one down modifier if he chooses to do so.
Which will let me segue into something else that we did, which is we actually removed the experience penalty from mutators as well, to basically encourage people more to play with it and, well, make some of them are just really silly fun to play, like you said, to the Mothership modifier.
Oh yeah, that's...
Just send whenever you shotgun someone, he just goes up flying into the skies and never comes back.
I think it's illegal to have so much fun as VR with that modifier on.
Maybe not great for pagers because they just go back into the skies with it. So
yeah, it's not really a stealth modifier, to be honest. Simon here sent us a reminder that Death Sentence was actually a community suggestion for the name of the new difficulty, or the difficulty currently previously formerly known as One Down, and we really like that name. It fit wonderfully with the theme of the game and just in the series of the names of the difficulties. So we just went like, yes, that one, absolutely.
Patrick, show us how it looks when you aim down the scope and...
I'm looking for a sniper now. But
I think he was doing it earlier, but
okay.
yeah, you can show us again.
I did it twice, man.
Oh.
2 snipers. This is a scope.
Look at that.
They're a bit too close to
Yeah, I
scope.
think it's too close.
A bit close to
Like, I'm gonna scope Almir.
Look, Mom, I'm on stream.
Ooh, probably don't get too close to that guy, especially not out in the street in the snow.
I actually didn't see what it was.
Minigun.
Oh, it was it was the minigun bulldozer.
Maybe Pink forgot to mention the minigun bulldozer around Death Wish now as well.
Yeah.
So you want to be careful about them.
Oh,
They're very slow and you know, and what's called
Well.
he got him.
Nice.
Well.
Now you can go back inside and cower in fear until the minigun bulldozer arrives. It might take him sometimes, but he'll come.
Yeah. I just hide in here. Take the bus home.
Collision.
El Sam asks, will something be done to tell other players that you're in VR?
That's something that we want to have an experience that that shouldn't be necessary. That players should be on equal footing in all cases. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, to the best abilities. Yeah.
Cool. And here's another question. Or not a question really, it's just some hype for you, Patrick. Jeff the 25th says 10 out of 10 for Patrick.
Wow.
Do you tell your friends
high,
to watch? Or is that your mom?
No, I don't have any friends, you know that.
Oh, but they say you told your mom to get the camcorder ready.
No. Yeah,
No?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And now we'll become a 5 out of 10, just rushing out here.
And if you don't have Payday 2 VR or a VR headset or a PC, you can always grab Payday 2 for Nintendo Switch.
Yes.
It's out now. Yeah. So and that's awesome because it's the first time Payday is available on the go, so you can heist on the go.
So what platform are we missing now? The 3DS?
Yeah, well, we got Payday Crime War in production, right?
Yeah.
So that's gonna be really cool.
I mean, not technically Payday, but I guess close enough.
Yeah. Let's see here. El Ninox 97 says, Jules, stop bullying Patrick. You gotta be nicer to him.
Yeah.
I'm not sure he needs to be that. I think I deserve this.
I don't even have to be mean, see?
Pinky Pony Streams asks you, Patrick, can you go nuts with a melee weapon?
Yes!
Maybe I should have switched out of the kunai when playing VR.
Yeah.
Because it's quite the tiny thing in your hand.
But why is the belt down here, Jules? So, are you really have that short legs? I don't know.
No, it's because you didn't calibrate your height, did you?
No, I didn't, actually.
Yeah. So this is a great thing of VR. It's harder to teabag. You have to want it, right? Because it's not like you're gonna press space bar and looking up and it's gonna do it. You actually have to do it. I wonder what's going to lead to the future of PvP in VR if that ever gets to there.
Yeah, you mentioned. Let's see. Do we have any other good questions?
Nope.
Because the one I was gonna read disappeared somewhere.
There we got it. And I died too.
Come on, Patrick. You got this.
Do you shoot overhead with the rocket launcher?
Yeah.
It's gangster style.
No, gangster style is like that.
Picky Andy asks you to use the chainsaw for the next heist.
Oh, wait, that's actually one of the few weapons I haven't tried as a melee weapon.
That was the first one I tried.
I was too busy.
I think that says a lot about us.
Yeah, I tried things that I thought would be really big. So like the flagpole, you know, that's basically a spear in our game, and the katana, of course, and the big broadsword and all that stuff that I think would have been fun to swing around.
You're getting some critique here, Patrick.
Yeah, I
from,
can see that.
Pink
Because I'm
Pony
not
streams.
doing too well, actually.
That was some flaccid stabbing, bro. Put some soul into it. You gotta do it like you mean it.
Channel your inner sociopath and stab that person over there.
Oh shit, do you see that? Right
Get
between my
tased.
eyes, but it didn't shoot. Oh shit.
Maybe a bit too close for comfort right now. Here we go.
Team?
Rambo alone, and then it goes down. Team, please. Inspire now.
Well, you're not gonna help me from the couch, right?
Well, no, we can't really help you. That's why we make snappy comments at what you do.
It helps, it helps.
Isn't that what the Twitch channel is doing, though?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mark SPC says Lucille best melee. And if you didn't know as well, we're actually working on an Oracle's The Walking Dead game. So that's
Are we now?
Yeah, we are. Yeah, and that's why we added the Lucille back in the day. Yeah, and when we announced the game, so that's really cool. We're hyped about that, but we can't talk about more about that now. At least. Patrick, you in a better situation now?
Yeah, I think my team is doing all the work and it feels really great.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, I'm on my way.
I want to give a quick reminders, and they can yell at him in his head directly.
Yeah.
We have set up that so they can tell us when we're too far in the Rambo zone.
They are 5 times as salty as Jules. No, they're not. They're not even talking to me.
Isn't that even worse, though?
Yeah.
They just gave up.
If you could hear the silence here.
I see. Oh, but that was
Alright.
a neat run, I guess.
Yeah.
100. My goal was 100, so.
I'm kind of glad we get the same.
You have time for another quick heist, Patrick.
Yeah.
How much time do we have left?
Less than 15 minutes.
Yeah.
So something short, yes.
10-minute heist. What
This
do you
one was
think?
supposed to be short. I don't know what I did, so. 10 minutes, okay.
It's a wall shooting under the snow in the street while everybody move around the bags of gold.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Isparta says overkill is the best, you two, man.
Did they say you too, man? And
No, that was me commenting. He said overkill is the best, and I answered you two, man.
Okay.
Thank you for having me explain this further.
I felt like it was a bit of an awkward sentence at first.
No, okay.
It was good. You're making it awkward, though.
Yeah,
maybe.
I even pointed at him like, thank you.
But it's important for us that you voice, like, if you have any questions, Jules, that you bring it up. Because it's important for us that you understand.
Yeah, well, what if I'm confused after that? I don't know what to do anymore.
Yeah, so I mean, it's good that you did it. So thank you. Thank you for being honest.
Isn't that how feedback works, though?
Yeah, it is. I'm happy we can have that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Pink Pony Streams asks, at least I can pronounce the name, okay? Does the screen fade to black if you put your head through a wall like most other VR games? You can actually do some customization about how you want your head wall interaction to work. But yeah, it does. The default setting is that it's fade to black, and if you keep your head inside the wall or whatever you did, it will teleport you back to where your player is in the game world, so to speak. That's also a sort of safety mechanic if you manage to walk into a wall, because this game is of course room scale, as you see. You could actually walk into furniture and then it would be completely black and you won't know where to go. The game will teleport you back to your body, basically.
What a wonderful shooting arena did you select for us this time to watch?
I went for Go Back. It should be fine, right?
It depends on how willing Almir is to take the loot on the heist.
Yeah.
Remember he's a pilot and that stuff?
Istekel asks, does the cops have life insurance benefits for the security of their families? I think that sort of depends on how much loot the heisters actually steal and how much money is left on the level.
Johnny Hippo, man, these guys sure have great big bushy beards. It's nice, yeah. Good beard. Beard game is strong in this couch.
For Patrick.
Will D4J3DD says, will push to interact ever be part of the base game?
Push to interact?
As I mean, at opposition to push too old.
Yeah.
And I don't think we talked about it or something like that, but I mean, it's not like we don't want it to be, but it's just extra work, and we have other things. No, we have other things that feel more important that we can do for the game.
And there is a version of it that when you're holding the front of the gun, that one you can trigger, and on the cars as well.
I think you need this.
Yeah.
Here you go.
It doesn't work if they're already dead.
Come on. Oh well.
It is one of these scenes, you know, where someone's die and the kid doesn't understand and he keeps trying. They get me every time, Elmir. They're sad.
This heist was a collaboration with Valve, if people don't know.
Yeah.
So yeah.
It's an actual level in a certain game
team,
that gives a name to the bank. The Go Bank, I guess.
Half-Life 3.
I saw a good Infinity War Payday meme.
Oh yeah, I saw it as well.
Oh yeah, that was really good.
They say Infinity War is the most ambitious crossover. No, actually it's Payday.
Yeah, I mean, I remember the first crossover we did in Payday 2, where we brought the clowns from Payday the Heist into the game.
Yeah.
Terrible joke, sorry.
Yeah, if the crossover is the actual game, where does it stop?
El Ninox 1997 asks, Helmir, for how much are you willing to shave your beard? We actually did that already. There's even a YouTube clip about that on our Overkill Software YouTube channel. Check that out. We've done it already. Not gonna do it again.
Also, bad jokes on the internet you can probably still find if you want.
Yeah.
Nothing ever goes away from the internet.
No. What was the reason again? There was some bet or something like that, or I can't remember, but
Yeah. We have another question, or not a question. We Pink Pony again. You know, giving you a hard time here, Patrick.
Oh.
You gotta lean into it. You know, show it that you mean it. You know, when you heist.
I did. I just I tried to save the guy. Actually,
it's hard to know how much you're moving when you're playing VR, and then suddenly you realize you're almost kissing the wall because you moved all the way to the side.
It can be dangerous.
Oh,
yeah.
shit.
Yeah,
Make
I
sure
played
you
this
heist
morning.
in a safe environment.
I played yesterday. I managed to punch straight into the wall by mistake. I think I left a mark on the controller actually.
Yeah, I'm always very careful at home because I do own an HTC Vive. And
Yeah.
I have a TV not so far from when I play VR, which is always a risk. I will accidentally punch a hole through the TV.
Yeah, I did that when I just got my Vive as well. I made an overhead thing and just felt bang.
Ooh.
And I went, okay, how expensive things do I have in front of me right now? Which direction am I facing?
Until they get augmented reality as well in VR and you can actually see stuff around, I guess.
Jack Doska asks, is it actually possible to dodge by leaning in VR?
You can hide by leaning, yes, and so, but I mean, if they see you, they're gonna shoot you. So I don't know about dodging. I mean, more than the actual dodge we have in game as a mechanic.
But
Yeah, leaning back and forth won't actually dodge the bullets coming at you.
Can you dodge like Neo?
No, this is not the Matrix.
but we should implement that, though, right?
It feels like Matrix for sure.
Yeah. So if you don't, you can find us on Twitter. Just follow us at overkill_tm, as well as overkillsoftware.com/Payday2community. You can see it there on your screens. Make sure you follow us.
Yeah. And also, if you can't get enough of Payday and Payday lore, we urge you to check out the FBI files. You can get access that. Actually, I don't know the URL off the top of my head. I think it's overkill/FBI files, and you can also get them from the start menu in the game.
Because there's a lot of things going on.
Yeah, there's a lot of things going on there.
Yeah. Exciting times.
Exciting, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm outside the square, right?
Yeah, you're a bit far off the
Yeah.
edge now.
Could you
Here we
confirm that Patrick is doing
You're good
the
now, Patrick.
Neo dodge?
You're good.
Patrick, Neo dodge.
Yeah, the Neo dodge.
Yes.
Here we go. Did it work? Yeah,
it
but
worked.
good.
It worked.
Okay, chat, we want a GIF of that, and we want it added to the Discord.
The internet and them remembering everything.
Yep.
No gifts.
Please, there's still one time, what was it? I leaked something by accident on the screen.
Yeah, no one remembers
No,
that, right?
and it's
No,
still
no.
an emoji in the
Yeah.
in the Discord that they use. When they made a mistake or they have regrets, they pop it out now. So
How's it going, Patrick?
Yeah, it's kind of white here. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's winter still.
Yeah.
this is technically in winter then. as well.
Yeah, it looks like
snowing.
it's Christmas.
Yeah.
Definitely holidays.
Pink Pony Stream says, will you be adding cop hugging functionality? When you do hug one of your converted cops, they do feel a little bit better. It doesn't actually improve their combat in any way, but they feel a little bit better about it.
Like here, you murdered all your friends
yeah.
because I forced you, but have a hug.
And then, of course, you leave them on the heist when you go away, like bye bye.
Have you not seen the latest comic? It seems Wolf started
Oh yeah, I saw that one.
a wayward house for converted cops. They can cook, they can clean.
Which weapon do you guys think changes the most in VR? Like, it works differently or like makes you experience the game in a different way?
I think it's the Akimbos for sure, just because of what I was doing, where you basically I shoot you over there and then I shoot Patrick over there.
Yeah.
And that's obviously you can do it on PC because you only have one mouse and you can look only one way.
Yeah.
I don't know if that works otherwise. 2 mouse, 2 screen, and maybe a third hand for the keyboard.
But what about it is cool? Is it like enjoyable, or what do you think?
It's in VR because you're a real person, which I think we often go back to that.
Yeah, because you're playing as yourself.
You have both your hands, and on PC both your hands are busy, right? One on the mouse, one on the keyboard. But on VR, if you shoot with one weapon, you have one arm dangling here, and you just kind of bam, bam.
Yeah, because
bam.
you actually point the way you want to fire the weapon, right?
And if you have two, because you have 2 hands and you want to be doing things with both hands, with Akimbo is really fun because you shoot here, and then these hands doesn't have to just be like here. It can go over there and shoot the other guy. Or, you know, if you have a bulldozer, shoot at the same spot to kill him fast. Whatever you need, which feel like it's a bit more strategic.
What do you think to this?
I do agree that Akimbos have a completely different way of playing in VR. But something that I really enjoy is playing with anything that's, again, I said assault rifles or DMRs, where you could have a magnified scope, like Patrick has shown off here in the heist, and the 45-degree sight, which is usually a button click between, but being able to go bang bang and then switch manually is really interesting and a lot of fun, and it actually speeds up the game, in my opinion.
Cool. Do we have any final questions from chat? Because we're ending the stream shortly. It's been really fun, anyway, doing this.
Yeah, a lot of fun.
Thank you guys so much. Yeah.
Maybe not as fun for you too.
Have you? No, I've been.
No,
good.
we've been laughing lots at you. It's fine. It's fine.
Have you calmed down, Jules? You up for some more heisting later, or are you gonna?
Well, first some food would be nice because we talk about food and I'm starving.
Yeah.
So that's happening, and then I guess we'll see where we go.
Yeah,
absolutely. And everyone tuning in, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Hope you guys had a good time watching us here. We had a great time talking to you, and through Simon and through reading chat and through our dear moderators as well. Thank you so much. thanks to the viewers. Thank you guys.
Thank you.
And if you haven't tried Payday 2, make sure you do. Maybe try the PC version or one of the console versions first before you jump into VR, because virtual reality and heisting in VR is, I'm not sure if it's the most difficult thing, but it's definitely different, right?
Well, we're asking someone to basically keep up with people that can just do this and do a 360.
Yeah.
And you kind of have to be. I don't know if you saw, but
And in VR
Patrick like turns all the time.
Yeah,
You want
so
to
I mean, you've been able to see people play in front of you, so
I
we hope you
agree.
had a good time.
I recommend to buy some wrist weight and waist weight. And
Yeah.
So you do your workout.
We do have one of the developers in the
suit,
team that
of
plays
course.
all his games with the wrist weights.
Oh, okay. It's intense,
That's the dedication.
some Rock Lee stuff going on.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Impressive.
Wow, the Rock League.
We're gonna end on an anime anecdote,
anime joke,
right? Yeah, or a manga anecdote, if you will. All right, cool. Thank you
All
so
right.
much for tuning in, everyone. Keep those helmets flying.
Yeah,
See you soon.
Goodbye.
thank you.
Have a good.